Man, what's cracking, everybody? Currently at work. Got a few minutes to talk. And first of all, man, working on these huge properties is amazing, man. They're beautiful. And having the opportunity and the honor of working on them and just being able to be here and just see the view and the beauty every day while I'm at work is just awesome. But anyways, I'm going to be speaking about Jen right now. And I really did not want to go here at all. I didn't want to be posting texts, any of that. But this is insane, okay? So let me just say this. Jen, you have been excessively, obsessively, and me and Leslie are going to do a live when we feel like it. And we're going to show all receipts from day one. We're going to talk about it all and everything. But I'm just going to kind of touch base on a few things. You have been obsessively speaking on my wife and I and my son, who is no longer here to even defend himself or tell you truth, because he was murdered. But you're a mother yourself, and you have been in chats excessively speaking on my son. So therefore, you don't have a voice here on this channel anymore. None of that. I want to make this abundantly clear, and receipts will be shown. You loaned us only $1,100, which of $860 something has been paid back. The remaining balance of that $1,100 will not be paid back because you continue to talk on my son, who is not here. And it's disgusting. You continue to be in chats just like you were a couple years ago with people that say disgusting things about my wife and my son. Only then he was still here. And people that were around know. So like, I don't even need to sit here, and people that were around know, okay? So everybody knows Diddy and Barry, they were all talking shit in chats about Leslie and my son and me, and you were in those chats dapping it up with them. You said you didn't see what they were saying, but you saw everything else they were saying. And I merely said, look, if you're going to be talking to my wife on the back end, she's looking for schools for your son, looking for scholarships in our city for your son, so you guys could move out here and stay in the 2 bedrooms that we had because you were in a bad situation. That was the same time when you were talking shit about Rick to my wife behind his back. Okay? So seeing you in those chats and knowing you're talking to my wife and she's looking for schools and you might be moving into our house, I had every right to be like, hey, what the fuck? What the fuck are you doing? You're in the chat dapping it up with people that are literally talking shit about Leslie and my son, and you don't even care. And if that's what you're going to do, cool. I'm done. At that point, I had paid you $550 something, and I stopped paying you. But then all this shit went down, and I decided to go ahead and start paying you back and get it done, and you're at $860 something at this point on $1,100. The other money you keep talking about is stuff that you sent. I didn't ask you for, and I'm going to show the receipts because you put it in the notes. We didn't ask you for that. That was shit you sent for appreciation. I didn't ask you for that. And everybody knows that shit, the shit you used to do. You used to give money out. Like, it was a thing to do. And you're bringing up the studio equipment. That was a gift. Everybody knows it. Everybody that was around, everybody that was in Weevy's chat knows it was a gift. It was a gift. I even told you I was uncomfortable on the panel. But I digress. If you're starting to talk about stuff you gifted, you want paid back, well, you really can beat feet. But go look at the messages. Just in March, you're crying about my son, and this is after Plug's panel. This is after you being on New York's panel, in Blue's chat, and you were talking shit in chats before all this about the money and everything. And let me say this too. You were in chats talking shit about Weavy. You literally were in chats talking shit about Weavy. You literally were answering questions saying that you heard that he sold everything you bought for him. You also said that he owed you money too. You did admit that he didn't lose a leg. And I'm sorry, Weavy, to bring you into this, but... And then you go and tell Weavy something about my Klonopin. I'm prescribed Klonopin, lady. I don't care. Everybody knows that. I've been prescribed it. I don't care what you're talking about. So, like, you know, the bottom line is you're sitting here in March crying, talking about you're having dreams of my son. And then a month later, you're in chats like Stony Tony's, which is fucking ironic, being a mother and all that. But apparently you don't know the lore, right? You're just being lied to. But I digress. You know, you're talking about my son. But you leave out all these other details. You leave out that you were going to move into our 2 bedrooms at one point. Yeah, you didn't, but you were. And you leave out that Leslie was looking for schools for your son. You leave all that out. You talk about what a bad person I am. And you're sitting here acting like I haven't paid you anything when I have. I have. Stop acting like I haven't paid you. I have. But I'm going to get to work. But you have obsessively been talking about me, my wife. Obsessively. Weird shit. Like, wait until I show all these screenshots of the shit you've been saying. And then the shit you text. And the fucking hypocrisy. It's comical. But we'll get to it when I feel like it. But for now, I'll just go ahead and let you keep digging your own fucking hole with your fucking comments and your nasty rhetoric and being in chats with people that are talking about my son, who is no longer here to defend himself. The son that you were crying about. Just remember that. Yeah, I'm getting that money. And no, I'm not doing anything funny. It's drywall dust. But, salute the aftermath. Bottom line is, Jen, is I'm also going to say this. You know, yeah, you did offer to go see my son when he was in a state mental hospital. Yeah, you did. And, you know, it's appreciated. Absolutely appreciated, Jen. And you did offer to go down there and you know, check him out and all that stuff. But listen, Jen, he's in a state mental hospital as an adult. They don't just let anybody come see him. It's not like you can just drive up and visit. And not only that, he had his mom visiting him, his grandma from that side visiting him, you know, and who knows what kind of state of mind he would be in, like, you know what I mean, and stuff. And it would have caused greater issues, Jen. I mean, if you're going to see him and, you know, his mom and stuff, that just would be awkward. It would be awkward. So yeah, no, I never took you up on that offer. But the fact that you just sit there in the chats and throw it in my face and you just keep typing excessively over and over about the same thing, it's bizarre. Like, if you really meant that from your heart, like, you wouldn't be in a chat telling everybody about it. And we're going to show all the screenshots. We're going to show it all. Like, you shouldn't even be in chats talking about my son at all. I'm not in chats talking about your kid. I'm not in chats disrespecting your kid. And you keep saying, well, you disrespected him for 2 years when you didn't pay me back. Jen, we did pay you back. Your actions dictated what was happening. Your lack of honor when my wife was trying to find your son a scholarship and we were going to let you come into the 2 rooms in our home. We didn't even discuss money or anything, Jen. We just wanted you to come and get out of the situation you were in. Yeah, you picked another option, and that's fine. But it doesn't change the fact that we were there for you. And you leave all of that out. But you're so quick to say all this stuff about what you did for my son and everything. It's disgusting. It's disgusting. It really is.